Hey guys, I'm Monkey Kitty AG, and today, in honor of Pride Month, I'm doing a tutorial of how to make different pride flags on Minecraft banners, and it'll be really cool, and I hope you can make some yourself. So the first flag we're going to make is just the LGBT umbrella flag. Some people use this as the gay flag. I just use it as a LGBT umbrella flag. So for this one, you're going to need a lime banner, yellow dye, red dye, blue dye, orange dye, purple dye, and a loom. So you're going to put the lime banner in the loom, add the yellow dye, and pick the one that is halfway down. Where is it? That one. Then you're going to put that back in there, get the orange dye, and do it halfway up. And then you're going to get the blue dye and just do the same, but on the bottom. With the red dye, because there isn't a stripe up the top, you're just going to use this one, and then you do the same with the purple dye for the bottom here. And there we have our first flag. So the next flag I'm going to show you is the transgender flag. Transgender is an umbrella term that describes an individual whose gender identity differs from their assigned gender at birth. So for this one, you're going to need a white banner. You put that in the loom, get the pink dye, and do the side stripes like this. One on each side, like that. Then you're going to get your blue dye and do the full border, because there isn't a stripe thinner than that. Some of these flags won't be the exact same as the original flag because Minecraft banners just don't allow that, but they're pretty darn close. So that is the transgender flag. So the next flag I'm going to show you is the lesbian flag. Lesbian is a term often defined as a woman who is attracted to another woman romantically, sexually, or both. This one is a bit different than the actual lesbian flag because the banners in Minecraft just don't allow it, but it's pretty close. So you're going to get the white banner, put your pink dye in, and get the halfway across one. Then with your magenta dye, you're going to do the other one. With this orange dye, you're going to do that one, and then with the red dye, you're going to do a border. It doesn't look exact, but it's pretty good. The next flag I'm going to do is bisexual, and bisexual is a label that describes attraction to two or more genders on the gender spectrum. This one you're going to put your purple banner in, and you can either use pink with this one, or magenta with this one. I think magenta looks better personally, so I'm going to use magenta. And you're going to do the same with blue on the other side. Perfect. The next flag I'm showing you is the pansexual flag. Pansexuality is the sexual attraction towards people regardless of their sex or gender identity. For this one, you're going to put your yellow banner in your loom, select the pink dye, and do it half like this, and half blue. Just like we did on the bisexual flag, but this one's pansexual. Non-binary is the next flag that I'm going to show you. Non-binary is a term referring to those individuals whose gender identity does not exclusively fall into the binary gender classified as man or woman. For the non-binary banner, you are going to put your white banner in, get the purple dye, select the half one, put the purple one in again, select a little bit of a half, put the yellow in, and then select the other little bit of a half. This flag is the asexual flag. Asexual refers to people who do not experience sexual attraction towards others. For this one, you're going to put your white banner into your loom, get the grey dye and do it to halfway, then get the black dye, put it the other half, and purple dye to the other half. Just like the non-binary banner, except with different colours. This is the Omnisexual flag, and I myself am omnisexual, so this one's fun. Omnisexuality is the sexual attraction to people of all sexes and gender identities, wherein gender plays a role in one's attraction. For this one, you can either use a purple banner or a black banner, but I prefer a black banner because otherwise it just doesn't look different enough from the magenta. So you're going to get your black and your magenta and put it to halfway, then your pink dye and do the other semi-half, then with your blue dye do that bit, and then with your light blue dye, do a border. This flag is agender. Agender can be defined as agender. Agender can be defined in multiple ways, including not identifying with any gender, particularly the gender binary, feeling gender neutral, the absence of feeling of gender, rejecting the concept of gender, or feeling the concept of gender is personally irrelevant. You're going to get your line banner, put white dye in and choose the stripy pattern. Then you're going to get one piece of light grey dye, put it in there, and then get another piece of light grey dye, put it in there. Get your black dye and make the border, and then you got yourself an agender flag. That's better. This is the demisexual flag. Demisexual is a term used to describe those who do not experience sexual attraction to others unless they form a strong emotional bond with someone first. So for this one you're going to get your grey banner, put the white dye in and put it on this half. Then with your purple dye you're going to choose the stripe right down the middle. There we go. And then with the black dye, just the top triangle bit. Now you got yourself a demisexual flag. This flag is the genderfluid flag. Genderfluid, or simply fluid, refers to someone whose gender identity changes over time. You're going to get a magenta banner, some white dye, and do the half. And you're going to get your pink dye and do the little half. With your black dye, you're going to do the other half here. And then the blue dye is going to be a border. There we go. Genderqueer. Genderqueer is a gender identity that is other than male or female, a combination of the two binary genders. It is a continuum between these two genders, or queers gender in some way. I'm going to place a white banner in here, and get the purple dye and just do a half. And then with the green dye you're going to do another half. Pretty simple. And there's the genderqueer flag. This is the Pangender flag. Pangender is a gender identity defined as experiencing many or all genders. I'm going to place a white banner with a pink dye and do a stripy pattern. Then you're going to place an orange dye and do this side. Then you're going to place another orange dye and do the other side. Then you're going to get the yellow dye and just do a border all the way around. This one's a bit different to the original flag, but those are the colours that I can use in Minecraft. The Aromantic flag. Aromantic describes people who do not experience romantic attraction or experience little to no romantic attraction. I'm going to place a white banner with some lime dye and choose the half setting. Then you're going to place the green dye and choose the other half. With the grey dye, you're going to choose this half. And then the black dye is going to be a border. With some of these banners, you can alter the grey dyes to light grey or dark grey depending on how different you want the grey to be from the black. This is the intersex flag. Intersex is an umbrella term for people who are born with or develop sex characteristics that differ from the binary notions of a male or female body. For this one you're going to need a yellow banner, some purple dye, and you're going to put it on the circle. Then you're going to get your yellow dye again and a flower charge pattern, and then put it in there to make a circle. The polysexual flag. Polysexuality is the sexual attraction to various, but not necessarily all, genders. For this one you're going to need to put your line banner in, get your magenta dye and put it on the half. Then you're going to need to get a light blue dye and put it on the other half. This flag is for Sapphic. Sapphic, sometimes known as woman-loving woman or Sapphist, refers to a woman of any sexual orientation who is attracted to another woman. You're going to take a white banner, get one pink dye, put it on the side, then get another pink dye, put it on the other side. Then you're going to get yellow dye, do a little circle, then you're going to get magenta dye and a flower charge to do a flower. Demigender. Demigender is an umbrella term for non-binary gender identities that feel a partial but not full connection to any particular gender. You're going to get a white banner, yellow dye and do the little stripy thing. Then you're going to get your light grey dye, do one side, then get another light grey dye and do the other side. Then with the dark grey dye, you're just going to do a border. Simple as that. Now I'm going to do the Transmasc and Transfeminine flag. Transmasc and Transfeminine are just people who are trans females and trans males. For the Transmasc, you're going to get a cyan banner, light blue dye, and do the stripes. Then you're going to get a white dye do one side, and white dye, do the other side. Then you're going to get a pink dye and do a border. For Transfem, it's the exact same, but reverse. So you start with magenta, add the pink dye, stripes, and then you add the white dye, one side, then the other side, then get a blue border instead of a pink border. Aromantic asexual. Aromantic asexual is also known by the abbreviation Aroace and is a term for someone who does not experience romantic or sexual attraction, making them both aromantic and asexual. You're going to place a white banner in the loom with some yellow dye and do a half split one. Then you're going to do the orange dye and do the other half. Some light blue dye, do a little half, and then with the dark blue dye you're going to do a border. This is Gray-asexual. Gray-asexual, also known as Gray-sexual or Gray-A, is an asexual identity characterized as being in between asexual and allosexual. That is, being asexual while also being able to experience or have experienced previously sexual attraction. You're going to get a light grey banner, put some white dye in, and choose the split middle one. Then you're going to get some purple dye and do a border all the way around. There is your Gray-asexual banner. Multisexual. Multisexual is an umbrella term that refers to anyone whose sexual orientation involves attraction to more than one gender. You're going to get a light blue banner and some white dye and choose the half feature. Then you're going to get some purple dye and do the semi-half, and then do another semi-half with the pink dye. This is the Abrosexual flag. Abrosexual people experience their sexual orientation as fluid and or changing over time. Although other kinds of fluidity may involve changes in the genders someone is attracted to, abrosexuality involves someone's entire orientation changing over time. I'm going to get a white banner, put some lime dye in and put it to half. Then you're going to get some green dye, put it to the semi-half, get some pink dye, put it to the other semi-half, and then get some magenta dye and make a border. This is the Unlabeled flag. Unlabeled is a term used by individuals who do not wish to label their identity with more specific terms such as lesbian, bisexual, agender, and so on. People can have many personal reasons for wanting to forego labeling themselves, such as feeling that current labels do not fit how they feel, or not wanting to label themselves for the time being. And to get a light blue banner, some white dye, and put it on the half setting. Then you're going to get some lime dye, do a semi-half, and then another semi-half with some orange dye. This banner is a lot more vibrant than the original banner, than the original flag. The original flag is more pastel, but these are the colours I have to work with in Minecraft. This one is Pomosexual. Pomosexuality is defined as refusing, avoiding, or not fitting any sexual orientation label in terms of conventional labels or classifications such as gay, lesbian, bisexual, or labels on the asexual or aromantic spectrums. You're going to put a purple banner in with a white dye and make stripes. Then you're going to use pink dye for one side, and then pink dye for another side. You're going to get some magenta dye and make a border. Anyways, this was 26 pride banners that you can create in Minecraft by yourself, and I hope this video was entertaining, informative, and helpful. I'll see you all next week. Bye!